Mukam karoti vācālam pangam nagayate girimat kripatamaham vande Shrigurum dinataranam paramanandamādhavam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram Harihi Om Tat Sat. Thank you all for joining. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam Nityam Bhagavata Seviya, studying verse by verse. We are in Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 9. Let me share my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Shaunaka uvacha
Vacha
savai nivritti nirataha
Savai Nivritti Nirtaha
sarvatropekshako munihi
Sarvatropekshako Munihi
kasya va prahatim etam
Tasyavam Pratim Etam
atma rama samvyasat
Atma Rama Samvyasat
shaunaka uvacha
Saunaka Vacha
savai nivritti nirataha
Savai Nivritti Nirtaha
sarvatropekshako munihi
Sarvatropekshako Munihi
kasya va bruhatim etam
Tasyavam Pratim Etam
atma rama samabhyasat.
Atma Rama Samabhyasat.
Anyone wants to repeat?
Saunaka Vacha
Saunaka uvacha
Savai Nivritti Nirtaha
savai nivritti nirataha
Sarvatropekshako Munihi
sarvatropekshako munihi
Kasya va Bhrutam Etam
kasya va bruhata etam
Atma Ramaha Samvasyat.
atma rama samabhyasat.
Hare
Anyone else?
Savanaka uvacha
Shaunaka uvacha
savai nivrutti nirataha
savai nivritti nirataha
sarvatra pekshako munihi
sarvatropekshako munihi
tasya va brahatim itam
kasya va bruhatim etam
atma ramaha samabhyasat.
Atma
rama
Samabhyasat.
samabhyasat. Anyone else? Okay, we'll read word to word and then translation purport. Shaunaka uvacha, Sri Shaunaka said, Saha, he, why, of course, Nivritti, on the path of self-realization, Nirtaha, always engaged, Sarvatra, in every respect, Upekshakaha, indifferent, Munihi, sage, Kasya, for what reason, Va, or Bruhatim, vast, Etam, this, Atma Ramaha, one who is pleased in himself, Samabhyasat, undergo the studies. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Shaunaka asked Suta Goswami, Srila Sukadeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization and thus he was pleased with his own self. Why did he take to the trouble to undergo the study of such a vast literature? Purport. For the people in general, the highest perfection of life is to cease from material activities and be fixed on the path of self-realization. Those who take pleasure in sense enjoyment or those who are fixed in material bodily welfare work are called karmis. Out of thousands and millions of such karmis, one may become an Atmarama by self-realization. Atma means self and Arama means to take pleasure. Everyone is searching after this highest pleasure, but the standard of pleasure of one may be different from the standard of another. Therefore, the standard of pleasure enjoyed by the karmis is different from that of the Atmaramas. The Atmaramas are completely indifferent to material enjoyment in every respect. Srila Sukadeva Goswami had already attained that stage, and still he was attracted to undergo the trouble of studying the great Bhagavatam literature. This means that Srimad Bhagavatam is a postgraduate study even for the Atmaramas, who have surpassed all the studies of the Vedic knowledge. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this chapter we are discussing about how the son of Drona was punished. So after Narada left, in this chapter, it is mentioned that Vyasadeva compiles, with the inspiration he got from Narada Muni, he compiles the Srimad Bhagavatam. And what does he do? He again revises it, he checks everything, he reviews it, makes sure everything is perfect, and then he teaches it to his son Sukadeva Goswami. Then Shaunaka and the other sages who were in the Naimasharanya listening to this Katha, Bhagavata Katha from Suta Goswami, asked the Suta Goswami the question, "Oh Suta Goswami, you are saying that Vyasadeva gave all this knowledge about the Srimad Bhagavatam to Sukadeva Goswami, but Sukadeva Goswami is already an Atma Rama. Why did he take that so much effort to read and listen to this Srimad Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva? Isn't he already an Atma Rama, fully satisfied? Why did he have to go through the trouble of that vast literature?" Srimad Bhagavatam is not a small ordinary literature. It has like um, 10 cantos, 12 cantos, and then 18,000 verses. So how can um, you spend that much time? It takes so many years to read that. And anything in the Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says that anything that takes large material endeavor, we should avoid. But here they were saying that they are thinking that, okay, why did Sukadeva Goswami put so much endeavor to read the Srimad Bhagavatam? If he is already fully pleased within himself, the word Atma Rama, then why did he put that effort? So then in the next verses, uh, that is being explained, but the glimpse of it is given in here. But if we take the verse here, right? So some of the things that we can read here is Nivritti Nirataha, means he is on the path, always engaged in the path of Nivritti. What is Nivritti? There are two types of marga, means paths. One is the Pravritti Marga, and the second one is the Nivritti Marga. What is Pravritti Marga? Pravritti Marga means that anything that is engaging, like all the Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, that we will that is the Pravritti Marga, means please engage in all the activities. Uh, like all the sense gratifying activities. What we were all before coming to Krishna consciousness, or even the general mass of public, they are all in the Pravritti Marga, means they try to get happiness by uh, doing things that give them by engaging in sense gratification that gives them the pleasures. But what is the problem with that? The problem with that is the happiness that comes from it. It is only temporary. It doesn't give them permanent happiness. And that's why we have to keep engaging. Punah charvita charvanana means chewing the chewed. We always have to do again the activity to get the same kind of happiness. But what is the nivritti marga? Means that understanding that this material world is Janma Mrityu Jaravradi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam, means this place is a place of misery, birth, death, old age, and disease. Then whatever we do is futile, means it will give us temporary happiness, and we'll have to again engage in some other activities to keep on getting this. So that searching, that inquisitiveness to find what is that permanent happiness is the Nivritti Marga, means we stop engaging and engage in um, so we can yeah so engaging in uh, not engaging in this sense gratifying activities, that is the nivritti marga. And in the previous verse we have seen Prabhupada says that pravritti marga is strictly condemned. We have to take the nivritti marga, means not engage in those sense gratifying activities. Um, but why do people not take to the nivritti marga? Why only people only take to? Because we come and tell that please take Krishna consciousness. Even we ourselves did not take it. Anyone can guess? Okay, because yeah, we don't have the faith. So the first thing it starts with taking the path of Krishna consciousness is Shraddha. Means we have to have that faith. And people will say that, okay, why you have to have faith? Then like, is it why I should put blind faith like that? But what people don't realize, even I did not realize initially, was that we are putting faith in every step of the way. It's not like this material life is not out of faith. We are putting the faith in the things that our parents told. Hey, when you grow up, you study and you will get good marks and good degree, and then your life will be happy. So that is the faith we put in their words. Then we put faith in the teacher saying that if you take this course, this degree, instead of this, you will be happy. And then what happens once we go into a company and start working, then we engage with the people around us. They say, hey, I went to this vacation spot, this is so good, if you feel go there, you will feel happy. So all we are thinking is, okay, there we are listening to their words and putting faith in them. Okay, if I also go there, then I will also be happy. That is the faith. If we don't realize that we are putting faith and saying that, oh, I'm doing perfectly, then we are cheating ourselves. We even to get happiness in the material world, we have to put faith somewhere, either in our parents' words, teachers' words, or the society that is saying that, hey, if you get a job, buy a house, take mortgage, struggle for 30 years, pay off your mortgage, then you can go and enjoy time in some like in a spot where, like a beach spot, like a farmhouse or something. When we go there, we are putting faith in the what the society government is telling, because if government doesn't induce that, we don't work, right? So they need people to work, so we work hard, and then we after going retiring at 65, and then we try to enjoy, the body doesn't support, and then we realize, why did I put my faith in the wrong place, or why did I believe this, what I wasted my life. So the thing is, we don't have proof that that it is going to give them happiness. But of course, some of these things does give some little happiness, where they say, okay, if you go to this nice vacation, you will get some happiness, and we go there, it does give. So then what is happening is, okay, then that is building our faith. So why did it happen? So Prabhupada says in chapter 9 verse 3, like, what develops the faith is association. So, first thing is, we have a desire to have happiness, and with that desire, we put a faith in somewhere, and that faith will be developed by association only. Like the examples we discussed, right? If you are in a material association, that faith will be solidified. Okay, I have to do this material activity to get some. If you go and party with a lot of material people, they keep on, and even if you are not engaged in some illicit, like bad activities, like intoxication and all, when you see that they appear to be happy, you put a faith in them and you start becoming happy. So basically, the faith is put in the wrong place, and if we have to put the faith in the right place, first thing is, we need to have a desire to have that permanent happiness, not this temporary happiness. Then we need to associate with the devotees only, and who where, like yeah, so Prabhupada says that Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschid Yata Siddhaya Yatataamapi Siddhanam Kaschid Mam Vetti Tattvatah, means out of thousands of people, only a few, one person becomes an Atma Rama. Means like it takes the endeavor towards Atma Rama. But even after those Atma Ramas, only Bahunam Janmanamante Gnanavam Prapatiyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Out of those Atma Ramas, only one person will come to the real knowledge and understand that Vasudeva is everything, and then completely surrender on to that person. So then Sukadeva is that Atma Rama, and now we have to understand that why Sukadeva Goswami is engaged in doing those activities. And basically, the Bhagavatam also says that, right? That this Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam, means like this Bhagavatam is against all the cheating religions. It also classifies this Pravritti Marga or the Dharma, four Purusharthas also as cheating religion, because it doesn't give the permanent happiness, and the real happiness is only in the study of or in Krishna Katha, means hearing to the pastimes of Krishna and all his activities, glories, and everything. And once we come to that stage, to the Atmarama stage, people will become indifferent. That is the goal of the Nivritti Marga. Means like when Sukadeva Goswami was passing, he was in his mother's womb. He was already a learned soul when he was in the womb, and he did not want to come out. So he stayed in the mother's womb even more than 9 months. I think until 16 years, because he was a Siddha. He shrinked and he stayed there. He did not want to come out. But as soon as he came out, he started searching. He started wandering, and Vyasadeva went after him, trying to follow him to see where he is going. And as Sukadeva Goswami was going through a lot of places, he also goes through a place where some women are taking bath and like in the river, and they see him as a learned soul, and they don't worry about him. But as soon as he passes, and then when Vyasadeva is about to come, they immediately cover themselves, because when you see an Atmarama, you will understand that that person doesn't have any material device. Desires. He is in the Nivritti Marga, means he is always satisfied within himself. Then why did that Atmarama engage in Krishna consciousness, which is the study of Srimad Bhagavatam? Is now we will get the introduction of the different degrees of self-satisfaction. That Atmarama stage is also the not the permanent, not the complete happiness that it gives. Means it is definitely unexplicable. Means so much happiness, but there is higher happiness than the Atmarama stage, and that's what it is mentioned here. And this Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so then we read about. And Sukadeva Goswami is indifferent in all respects. And then he was engaged in this Bruhatim, means the transcendent literature, which is vast, and he is an Atmarama. So now we have to see um, what is that happiness that is higher than the Atmarama happiness, and that happiness is the happiness in pure bhakti that we will see later. And the analogy given is we have read in the previous verses, right? So this Bhagavatam is not only meant for the ordinary living entities who are trying to solve their material problems. It is also meant for the Paramahamsas. It is actually meant for the Paramahamsas, but then we are not there yet. So we last week Nandakumar Krishna Prabhu very nicely said that this simply by giving oral reception to the Vedic literature, feeling the love for devotional service, we can get rid of all the Soka, Moha, and Bhaya. Means the lamentation we got from the past activities, the Moha we are in the present, that oh, I am this is mine, and then the fear, constant anxiety. But then this is only the first step. Once we come to this step where we so Bhagavatam is not just for one set of people. If it is a material person takes to Bhagavatam, all their problems are resolved. If a Paramahamsa takes to the Bhagavatam, they constantly are engaged in blissful activities. So how they get that activities is constantly reciting Machitta Matkata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayantasya Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. So the pure devotees always engaged in devotional service, they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So that happiness what pure devotees get is higher than the Atmarama happiness. And it is also mentioned in a different verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hrutkarna rasayana kataha tajjoshnat asva apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhakti anukramishyati. Means if you see the word shraddha also, that with faith, firm faith, they listen to engage in the activities. So in the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastime and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced in the path of liberation, and therefore he is freed from his attraction, becomes fixed. The real devotion and devotion service begins. So, how do we get that happiness? Is by engaging in discussions and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, uh, and in with complete faith. So, how does it? What is the analogy that was given by Prabhupada? Is that we are not getting that kind of happiness because we are diseased. Like a jaundiced person cannot taste the sugar candy, the sweetness of the sugar candy. But what is the remedy? They have that sugar candy is also the medicine. They have to keep taking the sugar candy, and if they keep on taking eating the sugar candy, gradually their taste will start develop, and then they come to the param drushta nivartanta means once we get that higher taste, then we will leave that lower taste for sense gratification. So, and then if we already have the taste for sugar candy, and what we do, we want to have more and more to get more sweetness. And that's exactly what if we look at the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya, we get the same understanding that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this Atmarama verse also to Sarvam Bhattacharya. And after everything, Sarvam Bhattacharya gets complete understanding, and he surrenders to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also when started following the bhakti process. Even though Sarvam Bhattacharya was a Mayavadi before. And later when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was decided to travel to South India, Sarvam Bhattacharya says, okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when you go to this South India, on the banks of river Godavari, there is a person by the name Ramananda. Go and meet him. I would highly recommend, because he is on this also. He is a learned person, not just on the Vedic literature, but the essence of the Vedic literature. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, okay, says that okay, definitely I will go and meet when if it happens. So, and of course he's a Supreme Personality Godhead, he can make it happen. So on the tour, and he once goes to the bank of the Godavari, and he just sits there, and it might be look like a coincidence, but at the same time, Ramananda Raya, who is a government officer in the King's Court, he comes with all his palanquin and everybody around him, and he takes the dip in the Godavari, and he is about to go, and he sees this great saint sitting far away, and he goes and immediately falls at his feet. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as soon as he sees that it's Ramanandraya, he immediately embraces him. People around, all the Brahmanas, learned sages, they are shocked. Who is this saint, sannyasi? Sannyasis generally don't engage themselves in with the householder people. But he not only embraced the householder Ramanandaraya, but he also, Ramanandaraya is a Shudra. So he just embraced him, and after some time, they both understand realize that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized, oh, so everybody is looking. So immediately he says, Ramananda Raya, I'm very pleased to meet you. Sarvam Bhattacharya told great things about you. And Sarvam Bhattacharya also, Ramananda Raya also says that, yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I'm very fortunate to meet you. And they decide to meet later. So when they meet later, the discussion starts. This is about what is the highest taste. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ramananda Raya, I heard about a lot of things about you, that you know the essence of the Vedic literature. Now tell me, what is the purpose of the human form of life? What is the topmost dharma? Then Ramananda Raya says, Varnashrama Dharma is the topmost dharma. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just rejected. That is Bahya, means um, that is an external reason. Tell me more. Then he says that, okay, then engaging all your activities and giving the results to Krishna is the topmost activity, means not having any kind of attachment to the activities, even higher than Varnashram Dharma. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, even that Karma Yoga is external reason. Tell me more. Then he says that that nivritti marga, which is sannyasa, taking that sannyasa and leaving all those activities, going to a forest and meditation and all those things, he says that that is the topmost. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, even that is external reason. Tell me more. Then he says that, okay, getting the Brahman realization, which leads to devotion, whatever be the activity that focus on getting that Atma Rama stage is the reason. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even says that is also external reason. Then give me more. Then Ramananda Raya says, okay, the next kind of happiness that gets, which is the pure devotional service without jnana and karma. Jnana karmadi anavritam. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changes saying that, okay, you are on the right path, but tell me more. Which is, yes, that is a good reason, but tell me more. Then Ramananda Raya says, the devotion that automatically comes, Raganuga, means that spontaneous devotional service is the topmost. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, you're still on the right track. Tell me more. Then he says that the relationship in the one of the five relationship with the bhakti in one of the five relationships, Santa Dasa, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, that is the topmost. Then he says, okay, Madhurya is the topmost, but tell me more. Then he says, of all the topmost devotees, the love between the gopis and Krishna is the topmost. Then he says that, yeah, still tell me more. Of all the gopis, the love that Srimati Radharani shows to Krishna is the topmost. Then he says, tell me more. Then Ramananda Rai says, "Oh Mahaprabhu, I have been so many people has asked me different things. I haven't come this far yet. A lot of people get satisfied when I say Varunashram Dharma. A lot of people get satisfied when I say Atma Rama. But I this is my limit. I have reached to the level where I cannot know anything." Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agrees, yes, this is the topmost love, the love that the gopis show uh, to the Krishna, and of those gopis, the topmost gopi, Srimati Radharani, is the that love, and that's how the main essence of the main purpose of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. The external reason is he came to deliver, but the internal reason is he wanted to understand. Even the Supreme Lord, even though all-knowing, he wanted to know what that devotee, that Srimati Radharani is feeling within her heart, why she loves me so much. So he wanted to he know for himself. That's why he came in this Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani as a devotee, where he in those first his Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in this world for 48 years. Um, if it is divided into three, Adi Leela, Madhya Leela and Antya Leela, 16, 16, 16. So if we see his lifetime, we will, and tomorrow is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. So we will see how he spent his life in that mood of Srimati Radharani, different moods. And finally, what we have to understand is we have to engage ourselves in whatever activities. We don't have to achieve that level. We don't have to stop everything. Brahma Samhita says, "Dharmananyan parityaja mamekam bhaja vishwasan yadrashi shraddha siddhim bhavati tadrashi kurvan nirantaram karma lokoyam anvartate teneva karmana dhyayan mam param bhakti michati." Means we have to abandon all meritorious performances, and we have to serve Krishna with faith. Krishna is telling that to Brahma. This realization will correspond to nature of one's faith. Whatever faith we put, that faith Krishna will manifest. So the people in the world are acting ceaselessly in some ideal. We don't have to stop that ideal. All we have to do is we have to meditate on me, and by those deeds, one will attain the devotion characterized in the love of supreme service. What is that? Param Bhakti. By engaging in the activities. It's not that, so what we can understand is this bhakti is not, so in the pravritti marga and nivritti marga, pravritti marga, there is no classification or differentiation between the activity and the consciousness. In pravritti marga, you are doing the activity and the consciousness is in sense gratification. In the nivritti marga, you are not doing activity and the consciousness is to stay away from the sense gratification. But bhakti is the middle path, which is externally when you are seeing, you seem to be engaged in activity, but internally your consciousness is not engaged. So that is the key. we don't have to abandon our family. We don't have to go somewhere artificially remove our activities. We just have to engage our consciousness. Means if we bring Krishna into the center, then we become Krishna conscious, and we make progress, and we get the ultimate, which is bhakti. And is there a qualification? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after all this conversation with Ramananda Raya, he says that Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Shudra Kene Naya Ei Krishna Tattva Veta Sei Guru Haya. Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or even a Shudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. So if we engage in the path of Krishna, without any qualification, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this love of Godhead very freely. Krishna says that this um, Sarvadharman, you engage, you give up all the religions and surrender unto me, then you will get the love of God. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not look at any qualification. He just gave the love freely. My Guru Maharaj Jayapata Swami, he says that the love of Godhead is like it in a treasure chest and it is locked. And Krishna gave that lock to the people who completely surrender. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on the other hand, he came with his associates and he broke the treasure chest open and he gave the love of Godhead freely. So if we don't, we have to take this opportunity and engage in Krishna conscious activities, constantly chanting. Then with the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will get that topmost taste, the higher taste, param. So that higher taste, once we get the higher taste, we automatically stop our engagement in lower activities, which are due to the sense gratificatory activities. With that, I will close today's session. Any questions before we close? Corrections, comments? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Let's thank His Grace Patitapavana Prabhu for giving a nice Srimad Bhagavatam class by chanting 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, suitable for fasting. I encourage everyone to fasting till moonrise. It will be approximately around 6 p.m. I'll check what is the moonrise timings in New Jersey and I'll communicate to all of you shortly. After moonrise, you can have Ekadashi Prasadam. In the evening from 6:45 p.m. onwards, we'll have Abhishekam and Gauru Purnima celebrations at our ISKCON Somerset Center. I encourage all of you come and participate and get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the merciful incarnation. Among all the incarnations, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a jewel in the crown. He is the mercifully gave this love of Godhead very easily. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Kurti Shinma. He is more magnanimous. So come and please him so that you will get that bhakti, that love of Godhead very easily by taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let's offer our prayers to Lord Narasimha for the protection of our congregation and as well as entire world. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanam Bhatram Muchur Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanam Bhatram Muchur Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanam Bhatram Muchur Namamyaham. Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Tomorrow we'll have a regular Bhagavatam class at 6:30 a.m. with a special Gaura Katha. We'll meet you tomorrow morning 6:30 a.m. Let's offer our prayers to all assembled Vaishnavas and then 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra enthusiastically. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. भगवान श्री कृष्ण परमात्मा की जय। अमल पुराणम श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय। Wish you a very very happy Krishna conscious day ahead. We will see you tomorrow morning 6:30 a.m. Hare Krishna.